The Trump administration is pushing for changes when it comes to mail-in ballots. Monday's Supreme Court ruling could help clear the way, but there are still some legal hurdles. Leila Cox is breaking down what the ruling means and what Virginia voters need to know ahead of November.
A Supreme Court decision is giving the Trump administration a temporary win in its effort to change how mail-in ballots are handled. But the ruling does not mean Virginia's mail-in voting rules have changed, at least not yet.
Essentially, what the Supreme Court said yesterday is not that the president's executive order was legal, but that a federal court injunction that kept it from taking effect was not appropriate.
The Supreme Court's 6-3 decision Monday lifted one lower court block on President Trump's executive order. The order calls for new federal requirements involving voter lists and changes in how the U.S. Postal Service processes mail-in ballots. 13 News Now political expert Leila Cox says it's important to note that the justices did not rule on whether the president has authority to impose those requirements.
What makes this more confusing is that there is another injunction, which is also blocking portions of this executive order.
That leaves states including Virginia and North Carolina watching the courts closely. According to Cox, the big question now is whether any of these requirements will be in place by the time Virginia's absentee voting gets underway.
Election administration is something that is really carefully done and planned out, and you don't want to be making these changes at the last minute.
Cox says the timing could make any changes more complicated as election officials are already preparing for the November midterms. As of now, Virginia voters who plan to vote by mail should not assume their rules have changed. Leila Cox, 13 News Now.